Hey guys, welcome back to the Arsenal career mode. Start of year 2, which means we're finally able to sign some guys. And the first guy I went after was Donny van de Beek. He's just a stud. I'm hoping he can fit this team well in the cam position. And next we went after Ceballos. I told all year long I've been saying I love Ceballos, loved him on loan, wanted him on a permanent. It's exactly what we did. Luis Felipe, the third guy we signed, center back from Lazio. We needed someone to replace David Luiz. Him and Socrates are going to start in the back this year. And then we got the youngster Harvey Barnes from Leicester. I like his stats. He looks like an Arsenal player. I think he's going to be a good signing. Will fit into the second team. And hopefully he progresses enough to be a key factor for us. Starting the season off, though, Aubameyang dribbles by everyone and smashes that one near post. Aubameyang gets our first goal of the season. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the defense, as Lacazette sweats that to Aubameyang for his second, off to a very strong start this season. So it's on Van de Beek. He's going to be in midfield. Then Ceballos is going to be in the middle, not playing cam. He's going to be a little behind because Guendouzi's actually out on a torn ACL right now. As you see, by the way, that's Van de Beek opening goal count with Arsenal. I think he's going to be a great signing. You'll see this episode. Looks like he's going to be a great sign. They pull one back right before the half. It's 3-1. Lacazette, though, smashes that one to start the second half, 4-1. We were just on fire this game to start the season. Hopefully this is a good sign to come. This is Van de Beek getting an assist. That's Aubameyang getting a hat trick. Good things all around in the first game. Anyway, yeah, and then this is Van de Beek. A nice double to start the Arsenal career. Always a good sign. But yeah, Ceballos in midfield. Guendouzi's out on a torn ACL. He's going to be out, I believe, this whole episode, the whole first half of the season. So Ceballos and Torreira are in midfield, but they're really good. Guendouzi's overall isn't going up because he's been injured. So that might be our midfield of the future with Ceballos and Torreira right there. This second game, though, even though we scored six in the first game, we got nothing going there. In that second game, we lose to Manchester United, which brings up the North London Derby, first one of the season. Off a corner kick, we're going to scramble around, struggle to get this out. But we finally do. But that was actually in the 90th minute. We had nothing in that game. So after 6-goal game, 2 games of no offense, Champions League, we're going to play a game and sim a game against every team in our group stage. That's what we do. Bayern were by far the toughest, but the whole Champions League group was full of teams that, even the other 2 teams were pretty decent. They weren't going to be cakewalks. Bayern certainly never a cakewalk. We get one there, though, with Aubameyang. Nice save by Leno. Bayern were coming for us in that second half. Leno had one save, but he wasn't going to stop this one from Lewandowski. Can't expect him to. But a draw against Bayern, I'll take it to open up the Champions League. Not bad at all. Anyway, like I was saying, Luis Felipe from Lazio. I pretty much shit on the defense last year because they're so old and slow between David Luiz and Socrates. So we got rid of David Luiz. We signed Luis Felipe from Lazio. By the way, that's a nice goal there on the volley by Van de Beek as we played Dynamo Kiev in the Champions League. So right now we got Luis Felipe and Socrates in the back. And I like Luis Felipe. He's a little short on the short side. And he's a little small, but I like him back there. We just need to partner him up with someone, a little bit better than Socrates, because he's good defensively, but so slow, and he just can't catch anyone. We give up a lot of goals because Socrates is slow. Aubameyang on the penalty, over the bar. We're struggling against Dynamo Kiev, but here's Van de Beek slotting one by in the 60th minute, proving his worth every penny so far in this first few games of the season. Lacazette then steals that one and sends it right past the goalie on the ground. 3-1, we're all over Kiev now. It took us a while to break them down, but we sure do. And it wasn't going to end there. There was one more to come. Aubameyang cutting inside. That's Ole Kuntz, my youth academy German midfielder, who's up to like an 80 overall now, or close to it, like 77 or something like that. But he's going to be good in midfield. Who knows? I don't know what his potential is going to be, but he could be one of our starting midfielders, not Torreira or Ceballos. We'll all see how things work out. Next game against Liverpool, let's just put it this way. Our team is nowhere near complete. Liverpool are miles ahead of us, and they proved it here. That's 2 going into the halftime, down 2-0. We had no offense generated. This is Di Maria is going to make it 3. We lost this one to Liverpool 3-0. Back to the defense. We need a world-class signing, I think, in the next year. I don't think we're going to get him in the January window. I don't like to sign too many guys in the January window because it's just not realistic. You don't see a lot of big moves in January. I try to be as realistic as I can be, you know, with also getting a stacked team. Do I think Arsenal, you know, are going to win the league in the next couple of years? Probably not. They're not going to make the signings I make, but I try to keep it a little bit realistic, nothing too crazy. So I don't want to make any big moves in January, but going into next year, we definitely need like a world-class center back to partner up with Luis Felipe. Anyway, this game in the Champions League, Galatasaray 2-0 down into the 90th. Aubameyang strikes, but that wasn't going to be enough. We actually lose a game to Galatasaray. That pretty much guaranteed us second place in the group. The sim games we won against Galatasaray and Kiev. We lose the sim game to Bayern, so we actually finished second in the group there. But at least we're through to the knockout stages. I didn't expect to top Bayern anyway. They didn't lose a group. They didn't lose a game all group match. The one we tied against them was the only one they dropped points, and we lose again to Chelsea 1-0. Not getting much going. Pepe finally does something this episode. Nice cut inside, nice finish past Ederson. This game against Man City in the Etihad, we really got to start winning games. We're dropping a shit ton of points in the Premier League. We got to get top 4, and then this is a nice volley from Aubameyang. Look at that cross from Lacazette. Nice finish from Aubameyang. Like I said, we really need to stop dropping points, and we're letting Man City right back in this game. 50th minute, 90th minute now, off a corner, just directly off a corner, right to his head. Tie game in the 90th. That's Fernandinho. And we dropped points again in a game we should have won. We were up 2-0 in full control. As you can see, we're in 6th place. About halfway through the season, like a game past halfway through the season. We're in 6th place. FA Cup, we got Bristol. We're going to beat them most likely. And in the Champions League, we got PSG in the round of 16. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tune back in to see the second half of season 2. And please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed.